So this is the trip I am planning currently. It is Paintbrush Canyon to Cascade Canyon Loop in the Grand Teton National Park. And so basically what we're going to start out doing is come in through the Teton Park, go to Jenny Lake, which is a pretty prominent feature in the park, and then so in between Jenny and Lay Lake there is parking and this little off lake called String Lake. So there's parking down here, and in all trails you can kind of see it better. And if I zoom in here, there's parking like all throughout here, but we're gonna start at the String Lake trailhead, which you can kind of see on Caltopo if we zoom in here. So yeah, here we go. That's where we're gonna be parking. So we're gonna start on this String Lake trail here, head north, I believe, this way, up around String Lake up to the fork. And so we're not gonna go towards Lay Lake. We're gonna continue up the String Lake trail. So as we continue to go along here, we can, I don't think I would stop and get water in these two places just because they're like pretty big lakes. We're going to be there in May, so even though the water might be from like glacial defrosting, I still don't know if I would drink from either of those, especially Jenny Lake. I don't think that would be a good place later in the hike to stop and get water for sure, because there's boats that go across that. But like maybe these streams that cross these rivers up here, sorry I'm not showing my cursor, but these streams are like these little lakes. I would probably hike in water throughout here, at least for the first couple miles, and as we grow in elevation and go up, that's probably when I would stop and get water. So we're not going to focus on that right now, because currently we'd only be like a mile and a half into the hike. So we still follow the String Lake trail up. We'll have a stream crossing here. We're following this, oh my gosh, you can't even see that. Okay, we're stream crossing here, following this trail up, and at this Y, we're going to continue. I still think we would still be going, you know? There's no compass on this, but I'm guessing since we're on a Caltopo map, this would still be north. Yeah, anyway, so we're going to continue up, and then we get to Paintbrush Canyon, so this is kind of where we start really growing in elevation. So we're going to continue up Paintbrush. So this is kind of where it gets maybe a little harder because there are no streams. So I would definitely, if we needed to get water, start getting water around here. Just because there are no streams or lakes. Like we could maybe make it down here, but we're going to have to climb down a little bit to get to that lake. And I have a feeling that's farther than I'm assuming it would be off the trail. So once we get to here, we're going to drop in elevation and come back up just a little bit, and then maybe our second water stop would be here, depending. So I'm pretty sure this is where we get into the boulder fields. Actually, I think that actually might be a little further down. There's boulder fields eventually within this hike that could be a little hard, especially in May when there's still a lot of snow, so we're gonna have to plan for that, maybe bring trekking poles and be ready for this to be very snowy. This is still pretty low in elevation, and we're kind of going around the mountains, so we're at the foothills. So there's still gonna be lots of snow, but I think this is gonna be doable based on what I've read. So just continuing through the trail, we're gonna be crossing lots of streams throughout here, so I'm not worried. I think this is the boulder field based on what I've read, just this like down. downhill. All right, cool. So then we are hitting kind of the end of day 1. I have a feeling that once we hit Holly Lake up here, I'm sorry, my cat's going crazy right now. 1 second.